Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. For those watching the VODs, I hope you're all doing well on YouTube. We're back in the second episode of the game, or case 2, as I like to call it, where I got framed again. But this time, my best friend is dead. I was just sad. We find out that Kazuma got killed, and we were charged with the crime because we were there on the ship that was heading to England, or to the, to England, I think. And we weren't supposed to be there because Kazuma snuck us in. So yeah, now we're trying to clear our name. We also met the freaking greatest detective of all time. What was his name? Is it like it's like Sherlock Holmes, but it was reversed? I need to go back and check. Oh, and also we found out that one of the members, one of the people that arrived, here we go, at the ship was a former princess who I guess escaped from her country. Like, here we go. Let me see here. Yeah, Herlock Sholmes. There's not a person in the world who hasn't heard of this famous great detective. Not a person except me, apparently. Yeah, and also we found out Satoru's here again, the chief inspector of the Imperial Police. He snuck in, I guess, to protect Kazuma. I forgot what was his reason. And we met the princess Nikolina Pavlova, a young ballerina who's fled her homeland of Russia to escape the Novovich Ballet for some reason. So, here we go. So what happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next to the door to this one last night? One of the crew members told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh! That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in the wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. I'm running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran to protect yourself? Yes. And the crew member, and the crew of the ship, they've all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... let's talk about friend. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell anyone, no, any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison and to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit? It's a mouse, isn't it? Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. Ah. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Wow. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So, you eat your friends. I'll remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. What the fudge? She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Okay, let's talk about this conundrum. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait. Oh, she snuck in, didn't she? Like, in the middle of voyage? Because they didn't stop last night. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. Oh yeah. Stroganoff. That is none of your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It's how the Russian newspapers describe one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Okay, so you're not going to tell us. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection? Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, yes, Mr. Showy. Anyways, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Miss Pavlova, about this article. Oh, here we go. You look so beautiful, like a fairy. I'm scared. If my picture's in the newspapers. You poor girl. She's so young, just 15 years old. For her to have run away all by herself, she must have felt very, very alone. Present this. Miss Pavlova, about this article. Did you know about this merciless revolutionary already? Yeah, I want to ask you about that. No. Really? But when I saw the picture, I couldn't believe it. He looks just like me in my disguise. Oh, huh? Am I the only one around here with eyes? The other man, the one wearing the brown, he also said so. He said we look the same. Yes, he said a lot of things, but I have a strong feeling that besides you and the great detective, you won't find another soul in this ocean who thinks there's any similarity there at all. Mr. Naruhodo, I won't allow you to speak ill of Mr. Holmes. Mr. Sholmes. No, I wouldn't dream of it. Let me see. Don't touch! Huh? I will tell you what I know about last night, but please, you must not touch my things. How do you say? Forbid it. Oh, sorry. As well you should be, young man. What vulgar manners do you have? Poking around a young lady's private belongings? Neither shall I allow it. Ugh, hypocrite. Yeah. So the friend you mentioned inside your trembling crib. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta present something to her. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in the last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear the faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabins are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band of the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything. Oh. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, boy. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to the captain's quarters at once, please. Alright. I will come now. I don't know. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please, don't worry about yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out! Or you want me to throw you out? Ugh, it looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. Okay. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Oh, I guess he just picked us up and just boop. To be continued? Oh, snap. Oh, I guess this was the break time. Oh, yeah. Let's save progress. Drink some water. January 9th, the SS Burya. First class cabin, passageway. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we managed to find some clue as to what Speckled Band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's clearly glaring at us, as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh, yes. He's completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrist. That door leads to the second class area. It's locked. I can't open it. No. Well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I really wish we had a chance to look around this Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? What? Why do you look like that? You want something? Hmm? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, hmm? Oh, no, no. Definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I'll show you where lobsters spend winter, understand? Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I don't think you'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Wait, how do you know I was thinking that? Wait, was I thinking that? Yeah, why does he knew I was thinking that? First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin, it's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as a wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if the Inspector Hasanaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. January 9th, SS Burya. Looks like they're still investigating here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Sasanaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you to out of this cabin to investigate? Oh, wait, what? I forgot. He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosanaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in the cold room. Oh, boy. Whew. Let's come back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosanaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. He's really gone on his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for the steak at La Carnival. That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor. And they spelled the Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be ambiguous pointed to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. But to be truly ambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think? Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words or word in Russian. Which begs the question of who did write it. This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san. We will. I already pointed that. Oh, he's right there. Oh no, what happened? Oh, you're back. Oh, bro, what did they do to you? Inspector, what happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Maybe by a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he pummeled me with his fist and then tossed me aside. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was a German though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare my notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Okay, the cabin next door. What? Nikolina Palova? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please. What self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? Oh, God. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Well, oh, how? Yeah, why? How? What, you think she saw a ballet? Oh, because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oops, now I definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more than I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed. Oh, wait. Wait, what we say? Is the district ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police? Okay. So I'm trying to keep watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. I see. Oh, I see. Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. New information. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Burial's medical officer has finished an examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh. Kazuma's post-mortem report? Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what written in the report. Wait, what? His neck was broken? Ooh. Yes, it would seem so. Oh, did someone snap his neck? There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury, so at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in the system at all. Oh. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as of yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run to the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Thanks, bro. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Aww. After all, if I didn't trust you, I never had to agree to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. Aww. She feels guilty now. The post-mortem report has been entered into the court record. Let's go. And now, about our great detective friend. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass, do you see? Oh. Oh, give me a second here, I need to check. The dogs are barking. Perhaps he was talking about this brick color mark, do you think? Oh. Ah, yes, that must be it. Okay. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. I mean, he could be just wrong, too. But then again, he's not that idiotic. What is this, Usana-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with very dark tan here. Dark tan. A sort of dark brownish red then? Oh. Yes, a little like colored of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffled on the floor? The mark on the floor has been entered into court record. That's really all I could tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring in the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Oh, dog's barking. Give me a second. Okay, back. Sorry, I had to take care of the dogs. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Okay. Ahem. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh no. Well... Aw. I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. Oof. Of course, my pain is nothing to compare to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke up this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. What do you mean? My head's still throbbing too. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin. Yes, that's right. And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are. Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything. No. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Why would she kill him, though? Should we just to keep her secret? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Oh, yeah. Or rather, dangerous objects in their cabins, pets. Oh, so by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova's broken the rules. She called it her friend, didn't she? Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as of yet. I'm almost certain that whatever it is inside a traveling case in her cabin. Friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. Well, now what? Oh yeah, let's look at this. It really is such a beautiful color, this glass. It looks whatever it was has broken clean and chew, but the other half is nowhere to be seen. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And then there's this brick-colored mark, which is shoe polish, according to the great detective you seem to know all about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes. Maybe. But what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else? Because he's a great detective, of course. Or he's a bumbling buffoon. That's hardly a reason, is it? Yeah, I was gonna say. Huh. All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf. They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. Oh, yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you? You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage. But it really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now and they're neatly lined up. I can relax when things are untidy. Am I missing something? Anything we miss here? Ah! Oh. Look, Naruhodo-san! Seaman Stroganoff is gone. enough? Strong enough? Oh, Stroganov. Oh, yeah, you get it. They're a really Russian sailor who's always crossing arms and glaring at us. Ugh, all these Russian names are impossible to remember. Tra-la-la. The frick? Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la-la-la-lira-lira-lay. I did it the great detective way. Oh, dear God. This caroling. I know that lark-like voice. Well, never mind that now. This is the golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can to investigate. Definitely. Before that, Stringy Knot crewman comes back. It's Stroganov, not Stringy Knot. Okay. Number 2. Okay, no one's here. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Oh, Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? What the? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things. There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right, for Kazuma's sake. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? Can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. Oh, we're gonna be in Hong Kong. I just realized what she meant. Okay. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will. Oh, she believes in me now. Alright, let's see what we have here. I've been to her friend. It's open now. Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open. It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret, because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard on the SS Burya. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. It had to be a mouse. And more to the point, where is it now? All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Do you think that's the god of sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Kazuma's cabin. Oh, yeah. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet, posed and fell against the bookcase. I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Yeah, and why would she continue ballet? Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Wow. Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things, like, in disarray. Isn't that tampering with a scene or something? Like... Okay. Naruhodo-san, are you there? Sorry, I'm right here, yes. Why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. What? You're mean. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not sure that anyone could fit inside this one. I guess the game doesn't show it, but it's smaller. Oh, it's the outfits. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding there, but no such luck. So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door. Yes. Although, what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. Wow, I said it with such confidence too, my character. Naruhodo was like, well, obviously it's this, right? No, bro, because they would both die. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. Okay. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. No, that's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. Okay. Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian. Thanks. I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruto-san. Kindly remember that. I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. Oh, it's probably for the pet. More like it was put there deliberately. Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here? Okay, no. What? A leak? Is this ship quite safe? I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. No, you're right. Of course you're right. She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? It would seem this teapot is empty. I'm gonna check that trash can later. It's probably in there. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Or, because Miss Pavlova only came to this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Why is Inosuke like, oh, so on that? Like, why does he think it's that? You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruto-san? Okay. I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket. Wow, it's not called a trash can, huh? Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away? Naruhodo-san. It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know? Rubbish. Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly. We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, I guess nothing, huh? Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. Oh, okay. Yes. They're displaying this cabin too. Look. The rules of passage. Okay, or other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean. I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh yes, so do I. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin, too. Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolt to latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside. Yeah, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No. The door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. Oh, so you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through the crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Am I missing something? There's nothing else here. I guess I get out of here, huh? I was like, am I missing anything here? Freaking, what are you doing, bro? He's like, what do I see here? Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look. Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Oh, he was the one singing. I should have just looked right. What are you doing? I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Oh my gosh. Or he's simply in extremely high spirits. Yes, there were times, I sure you knew, when the yarn bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was no doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! Ah! What is it you want? You want to fight him? Honestly, interrupting the fellow when he's singing, and I was about to reach the climatic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is as good a time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away? He's like, come on, buddy, let's go. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily-built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. After 2 a.m.? Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Wow. Sorry. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages, and all should become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes? I'll give you a second. These dogs are barking again. Nothing to report. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there's just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Oh. So something must have happened. Do you mean... Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? Alright, sorry about that. We're sitting outside if something happened with the dogs. That's right, a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. I guess something did happen, huh? These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The ship log has been entered in the court record. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Hey, maybe you aren't. Maybe you're not a sham. You're starting to understand what my way is. Is that I see? What makes Sholmes brilliance? Oh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Everyone's getting affected by this. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susada-san? You seem to be lost in thought. It's just, well, I feel the same. Sorry. Ever since I woke up this morning, I've had something of a headache. Ooh. Is there a poison here? A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Can we check the... Oh, we probably have to go back to Miss Pavlova's, huh? Oh, snap. What's that? Shut down the valve engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile floor. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? Oh, dear God. I can't stand. Susana-san, hold on to me. Ah! Susana-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san. It looks like we avoided a collision. I think... Yes, the ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance! Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Is that you? Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door quickly! What? The bolt? Oh, yeah. Look at that. The door's bolted. Did you do that, Susada-san? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again. Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I guess I should. I better tidy this place up first. Our violent emergency stop has solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around, tying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Wait. To be continued? Holy crap, there's multiple points of this. January 9th, SS Burya, Miss Pavlova's cabin. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susada-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh boy. Oh! You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. See, someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. This is first class area. It's the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean... Oh, I guess I was knocked out, so I wouldn't have heard it. But did anyone else hear it? That someone pressed the button outside. Ah! You wicked intruder, dressed in all black. You are the devil. Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. You opened my traveling case. How could you? What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector! Yes? Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal! Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Ah, and he's a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away. He's a trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away? Trespassing, killing. She is right, you are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? There's a cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to Captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Where the hell's the chicken? I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand. Don't touch my things! You want me to show where the crawfish hibernates? Hiya! Why me? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think you're doing? Wow, everyone's attacking me, and I was just starting to think she was my friend. Isn't there anyone who can help me out in this mess? You got yourself in a difficult situation here. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean... Sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch in the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened. I have to report to the captain at once. I really needed some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Son of a... What are you doing? What is he doing? Why are you like this, bro? Why? What the... What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? And why does he have the tiara? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like in one's hand. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't merely tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no. Well, why are you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine that if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. Ugh, I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is it to report? Speak! Ah, an urgent report from the great detective can mean but one thing. Yes, the case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved. By me, naturally. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to eliminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Ha! You have solved it. Even hedgehogs can understand this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing the student boy this morning when we found the criminal in wardrobe. It is a stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it was what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Duh! Locked room! That is point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from the outside the cabin. You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, right? The ventilator, man! The ventilator? Gah! You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arm is as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through the tiny opening. It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. It couldn't be her. It's too obvious, is it? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m., I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m., but it looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Oh, what the fudge? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold. Tia! Ah! What the? What? Oh, it's a snake! She made friends with a snake? Oh, dear God. Stroking up. ... Allow me to introduce to you all to the band, the Speckled Band. What? He sold a snake? A snake? Indubitably. Oh. Everyone's gonna scream. Bro, are you kidding? Wait, how does that make sense? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you have to call it the Striped Band, wouldn't you? Son of... You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I've drawn from the facts. Number one, last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Oh, that makes sense. Ah. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. Okay, wait, that doesn't make sense though, because the autopsy said it was like snapped to the neck. I don't think a snake would do that. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Miss Asogi. Mr. Asogi. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. Would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Here we go again. Oh god. The Great Deduction. Okay, he's gonna be wrong on the second clue. Maybe on both, actually. Topic 1 conclusion. Intruder's identity. I love this. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. His whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin of the poor Chinese night? Why, naturally, it was the friend which with your boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the Riven Serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Oh god, he's speaking now. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. There's nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. Oh, it was the tiara? You have the answer to this quandary even now. I need this, okay. The snake slough skin? No, it's a tiara. Oh, hey, Dungeon, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Boo, I'm scary. Yeah. Jump scare. Okay, it's not the snake slough skin, though. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side of the bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. Yup, I tried to keep note in my head. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Okay. A beloved speckled snake? No. How Mr. Asogi died. Well, first of all, it wasn't the snake. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. Oh, thanks for the drink water. I kind of need that right now. Talking in a British accent and deducting this is a lot. Whew. How did this young man lose his life? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there were no visible signs of injury. Ah. I I love how he does this. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be... Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. There already was, and he was not poisoned. The almost but not quite impenetrable puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incidents, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? Okay, I feel like he gets some things right, but some things wrong. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. Yet you don't. It is telling that the victim made note of the low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? Oh god. Ugh. Sorry. I was about to sneeze. That was the signal. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you have used to train your serpent friend. To train? Okay, that's wrong. Indeed, you put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you summon it back with a whistle. You could have known if an animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. We need to fix that, bro. Death by a venomous snake's bite. Wrong. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Miss Pavlova has trained her snake pet as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key of training of any creature. Incredible. You solved the You know, Skate, I think you need to correct him. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a... a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable, as the Russians say. I could have done it with one left hand. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Susato. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just, about your deductions before, some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, you should go check the examination report. Snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. Ah! It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal the snake by whistling. But madam, What of the tales from Arabia? Bro, you read too much books. Have you not heard of the snakes that dance on the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers played their music in time with snakes' natural movements. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out the snake. Don't take it out of the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales of their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder! Okay. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what was I waiting for? Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrist again. What? You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin! Herlock Sholmes is proud to present... Okay, blah blah blah, reason him spectacular. But, yeah, it's Ryunosuke time! Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! Here we go. This is where I come. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smacks with pain. Oh, smart with pain. She does have a pain expression on her face. Yes, that's true. Oh god, I have hiccups. Jesus Christ, no. Oh my god. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. She really does look troubled. Yes, it's hard to believe she's putting that expression on to fool us. If you look closely, it's almost like she's actually staring at something. At what? What do you think? Perhaps something physically causing her pain. We should have a closer look. Oh, did she get bit? Oh, here we go. Oh, Naruhodo-san, look. That looks like a very painful wound. It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. Wait, what? And fairly recently, too. But whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Yes!
A worm. And that's where I come in. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch marked with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ah. When I think about the young man who died next door, feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death? So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on the portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the rivering serpent we see before us. Okay, so it's not the serpent. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they do not. Or they don't. They don't even have hands or feet or which claws might grow. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Oh, wait. Does she have a cat? Aww. Oh, look at that photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we better take a close look at this. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit. Black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it.
Yes!
Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on your back of the hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations of the night in question tell us of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings did not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. There's nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's sloth skin. Can't be that either. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholm's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was a specialty, or maybe making me believe that it was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that this is the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy, a long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like the handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This is sort of common in the West, apparently. How's that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. Oh, it's a cat's toy.
Yes!
Boom! Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of this now infamous speckled bag. Ah! And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there could be only one answer to that. Yeah, it would be more believable if a cat did it. After her feline friend disappeared from the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. Kya! Oh, no! A truly troublesome feline young Darka has proven to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. And hopefully we find her, and hopefully the cat's okay. Wait. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand, and then ran up the belt cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. Okay. A beloved kitten. Well, that's solved. Now to number 2. How did he die? Moving on, and we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the date of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Nope. What Mr. Shom says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. Mr. Shom seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma was poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Yes!
Yeah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury's out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it to a scene of a crime. Oh no, could there be... Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found though. Presumably, Darka didn't suddenly creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. I suppose it's possible they had fallen and hit the ground awkwardly. Could have been terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. No. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's very hard to believe Kazuma-sama though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix his deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Is it this?
Yes!
Mark on the floor? Yeah. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor. It proves the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not too hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at the point of the floor and tripped. Did he really die by an accident? Please no. What? And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. There's no way! Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, and the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life. No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene of where Mr. Sogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now, your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the traveling case. No. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. The bulldogs are in my room right now. So you might hear them. Oh, they're leaving. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. But, and if this part of Mr. Shom's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction of that she just cast her eyes. Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. The tiara. Ah, somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here. It hasn't been dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed. I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes. Stop trying to sound like the great detective.
Yes!
Oh god, it's a tiara. I know the truth. That 20,000 roll is enough to make anyone lose their head. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this spineless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruto. Kindly perform any particular experiments on your own. Oh. Okay. Oops. On your own stage. Oh. Okay, that meant... That's right, and it wasn't a snake after all. No, it was a little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. It seemed to let itself out of the case and gone exploring. I expect it's wrapped around itself someone's head somewhere trying to make a new friend. Either that, or it's scratching their hand to pieces. The point is, where has it got to? This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. And if it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yes!
There we go. I don't know why I thought the tiara. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Ah! Here, we have the fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that a part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? What? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? Oh, it's the cat! I don't know, and that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking to you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking to Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell. That would be...
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble... Oh man, here we go. Your absent feline friend, Dorka. Oh, what? He died because of the cat? That's kind of lame. There's no way. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. No way! Kazuma died by tripping over a cat? Deduction complete. Elementary, my dear Naruhodo. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what had happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired a rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it. Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew I was not allowed to have Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. But that doesn't make sense, because the cat couldn't make that mess. It was quite very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it'd be safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin, Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova, trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a very propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Oh, that was Sholmes. Yes. So there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Oh, God. What the fudge? I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Wait, how... Okay, that doesn't... I'm thinking that Kazuma couldn't die from a fall. Because how would he... I guess he would have fallen at that table that had his food, but... It was totally silent. Kazuma was... No, something knocked us both out. And still, it doesn't explain the throbbing head everyone's feeling too. From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass spell and tripping up. The SS Burya is a very large vessel, but even she could pitch the roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurking when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. I don't believe this. I think Susanoo doesn't believe it either. But what became of the little kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Daka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat isn't as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself, at least. When I woke this morning, I heard a young man in the cabin next to mine had died, but I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. Oh wait, she's not admitting that she wrote that in Russian. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. No. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing aboard this ship? Is it Stroganov's pet? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Berzisko. What? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from caves when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did the snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Francisco does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes, now he is hungry, so he's in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say, they milk chickens. Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Francisco eat mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Ah. Oh, so is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Sholmes? It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. And it's not even venomous. Is he gonna freak out? How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Francisco has nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death? There's no way he died from a fall. It was an accident? Miss Pavlova, I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, Den, no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But, what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything! Yeah, it doesn't explain everything, though. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. Yeah, BS! I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see. That was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with the outstanding issues on this matter. Oh? I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. You son of a... Ah, not again. When did he do that? Especially as you're up your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours, was he not? Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owned him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. So what you're not telling us, the key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure. If I could chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin? Yes. What should we ponder first? Is the victim who lost his life in the cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Oh, hey, see, yo, the Phantom Master 117. Hope you're doing well. Is the victim who lost his life at the cabin that was bolted shut from the inside? This is getting really interesting now. Was this truly an unfortunate accident, or was it in fact no accident at all? I'm doing well. I'm just chilling and streaming Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which so far I've been enjoying this. But we already established that. But we already established it, haven't we? It is kind of funny how common, and I've actually been seeing that name a lot. Not a lot, but like I've seen it multiple times for different stuff. Like when I play multiplayer games, I see like one or two. I didn't realize how common that name was. Or not common, but I thought it'd be unique, somewhat. The man tripped over the kitten that climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes. But still an accident. Well, that should... yeah, well... That... yeah, we both did it. Well, that'll show us, then.
Hold it!
Yeah, hold it, honestly. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? Yeah, he didn't die by accident. I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Cosimo's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't have possibly been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. What would that be? Was it this? Wait, let me save here. Wait, we'll give you a second. I'll turn off my fan. Now it's getting cold here. It was hot earlier. Holy crap. Wait, I already saved, right? I'm gonna do it again because I don't know why I just forgot. Alright. Let's get back to the case. Was it this? Yeah.
Yes!
What? What? No. That wasn't it. Fudge! Okay. Oh, wait, no, it is the belt. It has to be, right? Because how did she get that back? Oh, no, from the kitten, right? I'm trying to remember.
Yes!
Oh, the truth is clearly recorded in this photograph print. Here we go. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. That's script. That's script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed, it is. No word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would have leave a dying message in their native language in Japanese in this case. Oh, dogs are barking. But maybe he was studying Russian. Was it you, really? Did you actually got him killed? Is it simple language? He could have picked up very fast. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Yeah, because he died instantaneous, right? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Ah. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't have possibly written anything. Oh my god, what is that? I've never seen that before. That's a cool emote there. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't have possibly written anything. Because he was already dead. A streamer blast? That's cool. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't have possibly been there, if what Miss Pavlova was there was true. Dang, look at all these emotes here. Hey, one of mine. A remnant? Oh yeah, okay. What remnant? So Susan-san has noticed a Chuden. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... Is that a brick? What the fudge is it? Is it his diary?
Yes!
Oh, what? Oh dear, oh god, look at all those. Okay, I need to figure this out. Another...
Yes!
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got it wrong with the first... Wait, okay, I was supposed to present that later. Okay. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know about that. It was broken in half, which the victim tripped over and the cat fell. So we already had a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Fortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened. Yeah. Then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Yup. Ah. Did she kill him? Yes, remember what we found in the other half of the glass bell in the waste basket? Basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Soki died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in that room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Oh no. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's. You are wasting time. Someone else was there, you know? Of course we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way... Yeah, there was no way in and out. Oh, yes. And only other person in the cabin with the youngster died was you. It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying... This is interesting. The person in question wrote the wardrobe in Russian on the floor. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime even though I've been asleep here the entire time. And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor. She really messed up and leaving that there, huh? For the fear of it becoming evidence that would show Mr. Asogi really died. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was only going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. Oh, What? Oh, I guess that makes sense. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then the culprit failed to notice a fragment of a tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Seaman Stroganoff? Nina is woman of the sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is all the most interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How could you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from the inside. Nobody could have gone into the cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Okay. Or you want me to tell me that the killer can walk through locked doors? Nah, it's impossible. He's right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie Fred around. Yeah, but that doesn't apply to that door, so they can open and close them from the outside. Fred? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find in a modern steamship. Constructive heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... Sato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door could have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind have been using before. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed, we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? I need to save again. This is very interesting now. Okay.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. Yeah. See all the books or things on it have toppled over? That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acted on the objects. Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. Yeah. The bolt on the cabin door. Ah! It was very obvious that just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier, we had come into this cabin not long before, and we had to bolt the door. Wow, she really did it? But she's... no way! I feel bad, though. She was just trying to run away. But then... Hello. Is anyone there? Shout if you need assistance. That sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across the locked door. I need assistance. So do I. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, there's no way. I feel like I kind of feel bad. Then again, in the Ace Attorney games, there have been instances where people, I think, if I remember correctly, there have been people that have done the crimes, but there was a lot of sympathy towards them because there were some reasons. Yes, it's made of metal, but small. Sometimes it was just accidents, but small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed, or the force of inertia, or if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Soge was killed? Yeah. Yes, Broya made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. And all the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Sogi's cabin. Oh my. Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Wow. Are you out of your mind? You said Boya made an emergency stop. It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, is it simple? It is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Yeah. Use to trigger the emergency alarm. Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you to only press the button in times of emergency. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of the number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Did you do it? Wait, it was you? When the button... Oh, he did it! Sholmes did it! Oh, earlier, when we found the second time. Okay. When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed. Whatever the occasion. Wow. Wow, that's kind of risky, buddy. That is risky. I mean, true. I think for a lot of people, I don't know if it's like... I have it in... if I see a button, I low-key have a... There's at least one thought in my mind about pressing it. But I don't do it. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait up till later. That is sus. No, but I think he was doing it to prove a point. Because he said he would, earlier in the chapter it happened. While we were investigating here. It makes sense that he did it. But I don't think he did it last night. Unless plot twist, it was Sholmes. That would be crazy. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You are idiots. Burya is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make an emergency stop, even in the middle of the night, there will be chaos everywhere. Oh, I guess that's true. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? I need to save this. I only have 3 lives left. I already screwed up last time. Is here the ship's log? It has to be the ship's log, right?
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? Duh, that is correct. Why? And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift burrow in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose! That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase, nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log. That is... because nothing happened! But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Indeed so. Which tells us shortly after 2 a.m. Something happened. Here aboard the SS Burya. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Dude, that is a lot of emotes there. Those are very unique. Are you suggesting that the ship really didn't make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. Gotcha. See you later. Surely would have someone noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently and an alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Yeah, your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh yes, I have a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you have been self-inflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. Was something in our dinner? I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by the point. Why didn't I wake up when all this was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Ah, well, Kazuma looked after me. She didn't kill him. She could have killed him. It had to be the food. It knocked us out. But when it... did Kazuma eat some? Yeah, he ate some. He must have fell over and got killed, right? Or am I freak... Yeah. He was already happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Oh, wait, what? Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. No, there's that theory. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh! Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do. No. Really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Was it really her, though? Tampered with by the addition of sporific design to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruhodo. Of course that's what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Oh, that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal of the passenger aboard with a sporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? What? Mr. Sholmes? Well, seaman? Eh? What? They were all in this? I'm sorry to say that any more deceptions in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have been an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over to the coals for aiding and abetting a renegade. The revolutionary. Please, no more. I will tell everything. Eh? I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Wait, was it a revolutionary? Or I think I'm just going ahead of myself. Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. The fame and the ballet. Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Duh! We could not make all drug. How do you say, dissolve? Ugh, talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight, waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by a comrade on shore with a small fishing boat, while all the passengers of the SS Beria slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. Did you really kill him, bruh? And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosimo's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been more complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all the passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes. The overwhelming majority of passengers would have habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted away, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to the emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You really killed him? You have talked long time and say many things. What is the point? The point is, what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried to desperately hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who had abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But, I don't know any about it. I'm just a little girl. You would like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am Sailor, and sailors don't listen so long to boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes. Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears, no. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic to expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said. Of these two provocators, observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Oh, was it Stroganoff? Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I see how I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place. Yes, you're right. It looks like ink if I'm not mistaken. Ink. Look at the color too. It's clear where this came from.
Yes!
It was Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Ah, yes, I don't know where the word comes from. So, nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of the Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. Let me save really quick so I don't mess up some. Oh no! I almost said the diary. It's this.
Yes!
Yeah, the crime scene photograph. Yes, it's this photograph. And the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on the uniform. Ink. A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Ah! Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of the uniform is ink of the exact same color. If the ink had been dried, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. Alright, yes. It was me, I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in the dead student's cabin to make it look like a wardrobe man did it. Then I pressed button to make Burya do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Why did you kill him? Biff, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on Oh, but that explains why it looked like that. On duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Biff, please. You must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on the floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend. Okay, no. Okay, I still believe she didn't do it. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Oh, that was him. That was me, Mr. Good. Danny tripped over and broke his neck when he fell on the floor? Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to her. It was still an accident. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. Oh, they just staged it. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something fall on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked, so she opened it to look, and you already know what happened after. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened the door of the student's cabin and looked inside, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? Da. Oh. Yes. That is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you. So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took it myself, you know. Yeah? The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to make me somewhat unnatural. I mean, they could have just moved him, right? What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Wait. What? I don't know. Hmm? Oh, well... If Kazuma tripped and fell and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photograph print seems unnatural? Is it his position?
Yes!
It must... Go back.
Yes!
Fudge, what is it? I'm an idiot right now. What would it be? No, come on. What would it be here? Is it the way he's positioned?
Yes!
Oh yeah, so you're looking for something unnatural. That's the obvious point. Very true. It is certainly peculiar, but it's not what I meant by unnatural, I'm afraid. What? What is it? Am I blind to something? It has to be something like... I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what would it be? I'm trying to see. Is it his left? Oh, wait. He's making like a fist. This?
Yes!
Alright, if he fell due to an unfortunate accident, then his fist just doesn't seem quite right. Oh. Oh. The exact same thought occurred to me. In the fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Oh, I guess you're right. Really? I guess so. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there? My dear fellow, Mr. Sholmes. Show us, please. Well, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? This is what I found. Wait, where have I seen this before? No, it's not. What the fudge is that? Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle? Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty. But what does it tell us? It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is key. What? The truth is now tantalizing close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. She has such a petite ears among the beautiful hair like little pink shells. Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear. I expect that's what I call an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry. An earring? Is it? It really is tiny. Perhaps part of it is missing. Oh my god, you did. Why would you do that? Well, you could have just explained your situation. So now what's left is the class part. Oh, if that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken.
Yes!
Yeah. Yeah, because of her, I see in her ear. Miss Pavlova, I noticed that in your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it must be broken, I suppose. What? But look at your other ear. I noticed a crescent moon. Ah. I don't believe it. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it to his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no. Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Ah. Oh. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible, long day. Darko, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darko would not come back. What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought he was a friend of mine. The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... Just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah. Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from the land far away east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. Wow, was it really an accident? But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull the cord. No, he was meaning to tell me. Oh, he went to... No. Oh my god. Oh, he wasn't going to pull the cord. He wanted to tell me. No. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then... Darka jumped down my arms and down to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me... I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. Oh, I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and blood on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at the cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect a passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I went into the cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway, in wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame onto the Stowaway. I closed wardrobe doors and put the strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Suzuto-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged the young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to the right on the floor. I wrote... Yeah, I can't pronounce that. So the person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin, and I finished the job by pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway. Yes. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m. Hey Phoenix, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thus enticing the bolt of the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. Oh my god. There's still one thing I don't understand. Tired? Yeah, I get that. It is also late for me too. I'm almost done with this case. This is sad. But I feel ya. Oh, the dogs are barking. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if you had pulled the bell in the cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? Yeah, I saw in the earlier in the stream. Yeah, but thank you for stopping by. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, she thought he was going to call him. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if the police knew about me... Yeah, you have a good night. They would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you at a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just... Doesn't it seem to make sense? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... He was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at the moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? Oh my god, this is sad. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. It's easy, I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still, that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked like last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all the manner of truths. And not only that, I'll give you a second. Jesus, that scared me. The dog opened the bathroom door. The right conclusion. You can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when you turn away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at?
Take that!
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, miss. Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked like Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes. Yes, however... what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion. Oh my god. Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. No! It is for certain he was going to ask him. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Burya was finally laid to rest. .14 p.m. Fudge, bro. That's unfortunate. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort it all out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff. I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Da. Well, I'm afraid you need to go pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. It looks like My study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun, then. To think that only days ago, Cosima and I were laughing together about how we tear up streets in London. That seems like a distant memory now. Jesus Christ, that is unfortunate. Yeah, he was right. That was such a waste. His death was a waste. And it could have been cleared up. I feel bad for Miss Pavlova, but she could have just waited. But I get it. She was scared. Oh. What's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh, it's... Suzuso-san. Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Susato-san. He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they have been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector, my duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I let everyone down, and I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. Huh? Ha ha ha! Sholmes, what the fudge? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I should always picture you wearing those shackles. F you! What? Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry. So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny. Mr. Sholmes, we do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-ending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue shortly. But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Yeah. Miss Susato. Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it. Ah! But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn why I must become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruhodo? That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all the bad passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? Oh. I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. Oh, that was a gentle smile. Dang, this is sad. I'm a little emotional about this. So what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty and rules are dual routine of existence that we'll uphold. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passion of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector. After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said I'd do anything at all to make it up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how to best make my report. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in Asogi clan for generations. Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute. I'll shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you two. Goodness, what is it? please throw me to the ground. 3 times. For the time she threw me. What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get him the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away. And the cabin door was locked from the inside. No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. Not just once, but 5 times. So why did you say 3? That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling, like sumo? Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently, it's called a Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind to instruct me on your technique of a resting throw. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, don't do it on me, don't do it on me. Oh, of course. Don't do it. Don't do it. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry. Hiya! Son of a... Ow. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed, and that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no, that was a Susato squash. Wow. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Aww. Wait a second here. Karuma? Oh, here we go. Sorry about it. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down. Oh. Oops. It's been for the generations of the Sogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice the evil in two? Not that you would need much more compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. Maybe his mentor would know. I'm going to see it the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. And dang. Completion crash core can. Yup. Dang, the adventure. Wow, so this wasn't even in a court scene at all. This was like completely on the ship. Everything was on it. This was a very good episode. I was just sad by the. I'm sad by the end. He really just died for nothing. It was an accident. Oh man, and I feel bad for Pavlova. Like she was just trying to run away from Russia. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Oh boy, episode 3. Oh, that looks good. That's gonna be a mind trickery. Anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for everybody who stopped by to chat, for those who were lurking, and for those that said hello. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this. This was a good episode. I liked it more than the first. It's just the conclusion was just sad. I was very sad by it. I don't know if it was bad, but like it was just sad. I mean, I guess why kill him now? I guess, but oh well. Anyway, I might stream this next week, so yeah, I hope you guys like it. Leave a like, subscribe. And those watching the VODs, I will upload this the day after the stream. That's how I usually do. And if you want to know when I'm live, just follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, or join the Discord server. Both the Discord server and the Twitter links are both in my YouTube and Twitch bios. So I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, see you later.